just kind of ask what's up. Check. Pensacola Cigar Weekend. Doing it. We are now into our third hour. We did the first 2 hours on Facebook. Now we're doing the second 2 hours on YouTube, and we going as long as we can go. This is a great event. Y'all please come in, tune in, nice drink, nice, and come hang out with me, talk sports, football, basketball, and we can talk hockey. We'll talk cornhole, whatever. Just come down, enjoy yourself. Come on, big man. What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Please, introduce yourself, my friend.
How's everybody? I'm John McCorvey here, owner of Corte de Luna here. Been owner for about a couple years now, man. It's just been good. Happy to have this event going on, man. This is my first cigar event, cigar festival. Period. I don't even hardly smoke, but it didn't change me, Jay. They didn't change me, Jay. I got my cigar waiting on me right now.
I got a nice vibe, right?
Very nice vibe.
Right.
Real nice vibe.
Right.
I can't wait to do it again.
That's what I was smoking cigars probably about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I got all my friends into smoking cigars over in Mobile. We didn't even have a cigar lounge.
Right.
And Mr. Ray in Ray Savannah owned a College Hill package store. And he opened the back room for us so we can go back and smoke cigars and just learn about cigars and everything.
Nice.
And then my good friend opened up Kazulas.
Mark
opened up Kazulas. And when he did that, it matched everything. It matched the culture and everything. So we show love to Ray Savannah for getting it started. Nice. But we in love with Kazulas. Mark.
Oh yeah.
So you got to come through that.
It's a staple. I've been over there. I met Mark several times.
What?
Another associate. Yeah.
And me and you go way back.
Definitely.
We like fam, like pretty much.
We
way back
on the yard.
Yeah, we ain't have no weight on us.
No, none.
We didn't have no weight on us.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
So tell about the building and this location and all that stuff.
So we were blessed, blessed to be able to come in and take over ownership of the building. A very nice event space. We knew that we were going to keep it the same. We didn't want to change anything. It was an up and running business. It has tenants here, maybe about 10 doors, 10 co-work space here.
Okay.
But we also do large events like this one. I mean, we've done up to 1,800 people here.
Wow.
Inside and outside.
And what's crazy, I heard about this venue. I just didn't know the owner.
Yeah.
But I heard about it from family and everything, and I passed by it.
Right.
And I was actually, I thought it was like a winery because it's
yeah.
I just never stopped, but I've been hearing good things about the venue.
Definitely. And we want to keep it. We want to keep it that way. I mean, it was a winery when it was the previous owners, but back, let's say before 18, it was the previous owners. It was a winery, but since then, the daughter took it over and she turned it into an event center where it just kind of fits the vibe. I mean, it's perfect vibe for weddings, social events, a lot of holiday parties. I think we're booked out for the holidays.
Wow.
Just it. So we kind of keep it going, but it'll change here in a little bit. Things are changing here. I mean, you want to update and upgrade things and make it nice. So, I just say stay tuned. It's definitely going to be something nice, something good for the city that we're going to change it to.
That's what's up. And we grew up here. We actually have roots in Pensacola.
Absolutely.
So to see the change from Mobile, is looking in. I can see it coming. And coming for us. Now.
Definitely.
Now we actually have our own staple. That's classy and just professional. And, what we always wanted to be. Right.
Yeah.
So how can people reach you about renting the facility or that type of stuff?
They can, I got Bethany, she was the previous owner. We kept her on to actually do that because you don't want me trying to organize your wedding. She handles that perfectly. But you can reach out to us on social media, Corte de Luna, on Instagram or Facebook. I don't have her phone number, but you can reach out. You can find it on there. I'm pretty sure they'll find
it in the research.
Definitely.
This building is worth doing the research. So trust me. And just got to come down here to the Cigar Weekend and just come and enjoy yourself. Laid back environment. Everybody is so humble. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Like
it is.
It's a vibe
It is.
that like when people say it's a vibe,
Yeah.
you know, they talking about club.
Yeah.
Club. This is a real vibe.
Mm-hmm,
you know, I can stay here all night. You know, and just chill.
Absolutely. I mean, I stayed here till I don't know. It's like 11 o'clock last night.
Wow.
You know, we were just out there. Especially at night, this place changes.
Wow.
With the lights and everything, with the tents and the music, it just changes. It's a whole different vibe. So, you know, if you guys are listening, y'all here locally or even somewhere, when I say locally, you from Mobile or Fort Walton or somewhere close by. Get here tonight. Tonight is going to be nice. We're going to be out here on the courtyard area. We got tents up. They have vendors, you know, different type of vendors. You know, I bought a whole cake last night.
I see one of the vendors, the cigar wrappers. Right. And then they necklaces and bracelets out of them. I said, yeah, I'm about to spend some money. I gotta go call my wife back and say, hey, I'm about to spend a rack or two.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I'm waiting on the carving lady. She'll engrave on site. So I'm waiting on her to get here. They have an engraver. I mean, I'm gonna get me some glasses engraved. I might get my flask engraved. I'm gonna come up with something.
Right. And the vendors are coming in. And they're gonna tell you about what they're doing down here. And I'm telling y'all, if you're in Mobile, like you said, Fort Walton Beach, even New Orleans, we got vendors from New Orleans here.
Right. That's right.
Get here. This is the first year this event.
Yes.
It's happening.
Yes.
And I can see this event going 10 years strong.
Absolutely.
10 years strong.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. So next year, I hate to go to next year.
Yeah.
But if you can't make it here, get ready for next year.
Definitely.
But make it here tonight. Make it here now.
Yeah.
Come. What else you got going on? You got
Man, so you know, I'm pretty sure they looking at my T-shirt. So I'm gonna give you a little bit more history on me a little bit. So I'm the owner of Caskin Flights, which is the only Black-owned bar restaurant downtown Pensacola.
Wow.
So me and my fiance, we partnered with Maestro Dobel and got our own tequila. So this is it's nothing like anything else you've tasted, I promise you, because we did the sampling for it. But this is our brand, Mi Amada Tequila. So we're sampling this, and you can also buy the bottle here at this event. Or if you just need a bottle, reach out to me. It's a real good tequila. I don't even drink tequila like that. I'm more of a gin drinker, but this
I love tequila. I
gotta get you.
I love tequila.
You'll be blown away.
I'm probably gonna get a bottle to go.
You're gonna be blown away. You're not gonna be disappointed.
I'm gonna get a bottle. Like I say, me, you go way back. I got to. I have to.
That's right.
I have to, man. It's great to see you. We got to catch up after this. I'm not leaving.
Right.
I'm not leaving. So we gonna catch up.
Definitely.
And like I said, you have a great venue. We have, like I said, get down here.
Yeah.
Cigars, nice drinks. Indoors.
Atmosphere.
You worry about being outside. We have indoors. We have 2 indoors. They're doing salsa inside.
They're doing salsa inside right now, and then right around 3 or 4 o'clock. They're gonna switch over. Okay. So you come back at 6. If you if you still got a little time to get here, so you can get here at 6, and that's when it turns into the more the evening vibe. Gotcha. So it's a whole nother vibe.
And we're gonna be here for that.
Outside.
We're gonna be here for that.
We're gonna be here for.
All right. So I run Doc Sports is me.
Gotcha.
I started Doc Sports probably about 5 years ago. We talk about sports.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So I'm not letting you get out of here.
I got you.
Without talking about no sports, man.
I'm all over the place with sports right now, man. I tell you,
who's your favorite college team?
LSU.
LSU.
Yeah, I'm a Tiger. I love them LSU.
Yeah, that's why I put my Florida State hat on.
I got you.
I like that. So we got you. We lucked up and got y'all twice with Daniels, but it's okay.
That's true.
We only won 2 games last year, so
that was tough.
All right, so
I hated to see that too.
Hey man, you know that was they kept a lot of play out. We got our feelings hurt. We still hurting.
Right.
All right, so NBA.
Man,
I'll tell you what. The finals right now. Who you have?
I don't like I don't like the Knicks, and I definitely don't like
OKC.
I don't like Indiana, and then I do not like the Knicks.
Gotcha.
So I'm over there with OKC. I'm over there with OKC.
I think OKC is young. They're moving fast. Man, they can slow the game down, control the tempo. They play very smart. Don't know. See what's crazy about NBA now? You ain't got to drive no more.
That's true.
I mean,
they want you to stay shooting threes.
They're shooting threes.
Oh, yeah, they pulling up at half court.
So and they can slow that down.
Yeah.
And so hey, I think I got OKC.
I got OKC. I like what SGA doing over there, man. He is balling.
That's what I'm talking about.
He can turn that tempo up or down, and he's not selfish. You know what I mean? He giving it up sometimes. Like they got a good organized team over there.
All right, man. That's what's up, man.
Sure.
So man, great things you're doing, and we ain't losing contact no more.
Oh no.
It's been about 20
locked
years.
in. We locked
We
in.
haven't
A
talked for
more, bro. A
high
more.
school. I went to
Middle
PHS.
school.
You went to Washington, right?
Yeah.
And we used to see each other at the football game.
Definitely.
And with your sister and all.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we all went to Workman. You went to Workman, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, it's been some years,
It's been
man.
a good little while, man.
Like I say,
when I walked in, I saw you. I was like,
I know that dude.
I know this dude, man. Like, where he been?
Nah, I just been over taking care of the fam, man.
That's what you got to do.
Taking care of the fam, putting that work in. So yeah.
Absolutely,
so man, great, man.
Yeah.
Nice thing.
100%, man. I'll be around. I'm gonna go out here and see what I can do with this cigar they got me. So I'm
Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to figure it out.
Enjoy yourself, Cap.
Yes, sir,
You're
man.
the captain of the ship.
That's right.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
All right, so again, we're Marquise Dupree. We're here. We're here at Marquise Dupree.
Yeah, no doubt.
At Doc Sports, and we just get down here, y'all. We're talking sports. We just cigars. Bring your spouses down here. If you don't have anything to do, forget going to the beach. Forget going to the beach. Forget going to the beach. Get here. I'm telling y'all, you're missing something. Something special. This is a great start. It's the first year they're doing this. I can see this thing growing. I can see this growing.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, I can't even describe it. But you know how you want to be a part of something? And you say, dog, I wish I would have went to the first year, or the second year, and then 10 years down the road, say, man, this thing is huge. Get here. I'm telling y'all, it's very special. All right, so who we got coming in here now? Oh, and you got to get this. This mine. Nehemiah is mine. I got you, John. I got you. I'm gonna make sure I purchase one. I got you though. I got you. I'm definitely gonna get a T-shirt though.
I ain't got the shirts with me, but
I know where you at. I got your number. I got you. So what's up? What's up, Big Cliff?
What's going on, man?
Big homie Cliff, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I'm good, man.
All right.
Good.
So introduce yourself. Tell people about where you're from, what you're doing over here in Pensacola.
Cliff Barron, Mobile, Alabama. Here from Kazula Entertainment's Hit House Cigar Lounge down here in Pensacola, Florida, supporting Pensacola Cigar Weekend. Enjoying myself. First time being in this particular atmosphere, and just really an overall great experience.
What do you think? What do you think about? Because I was telling John about Kazula's and the Courtyard, you know, and it's kind of put me in mind of it, of the Courtyard at Kazula's, but it's like it expanded. It definitely expanded. So,
definitely.
You think you'll be back next year?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, for Mobile to Pensacola is nothing but a 45-minute drive, so there shouldn't be any reason why, you know, neighboring cities, neighboring states, you know, we don't support each other.
Exactly.
So absolutely come over here and just, you know, show love to Pensacola Cigar Weekend. You know, working on things, trying to see about getting something started like this in Mobile. So just coming over here, you know, picking brains, getting ideas.
Right.
So definitely.
So you remember in Mobile where there wasn't a cigar bar for a long time, right?
Right.
There wasn't a cigar lounge.
Right.
And then now they're just slowly popping up, and like now we're just kind of like, okay, now we into cigars, but new people getting cigars thought it always been like that, and it have not. Explain how you got into cigars.
Well, I'm not going to say that the cigar lounges weren't in Mobile. They just weren't as popular as they are now.
Gotcha.
So we've basically hit this plateau now where the cigar trend, it is now being elevated to a whole nother level.
Gotcha.
So just the experience of the cigars and them actually just, you know, really, they've been out for, you know, thousands of years.
Right.
So just now being able to explore the ideas of different cigars, that's where, you know, it's really taking off.
Right, man, that's cool. And you know, working in Kazula, you go through cigars. You don't probably smoke every cigar in there, have you?
I'm not gonna say every cigar in there because, you know, I just have a different level, a different palette for the cigars that we do carry. But, you know, just being able to, you know, bring in the different types of cigars and being able to, you know, open up everybody's mind and experience to the idea of smoking a cigar.
Right. And, you know, cigars go well with sports.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
That's what we do. Watch sports down there.
Sports,
cigars, box, you know, box. So let's talk a little sports now.
Okay.
Let's go with the NBA.
Okay.
We got 4 teams in there that haven't won a championship in ever, I guess. Or
3 now, yeah.
Yeah. So who do you have winning the finals, you think?
Well, it still depends on what happens this evening between the New York Knicks and Indiana Pacers. I'm predicting New York sticks it out and force it to a game 7, which I think will be awesome because if they force it to a game 7 will be held in Madison Square Garden. And ultimately, if they get the Madison Square Garden,
It's
I'm
over.
predicting the Knicks to go ahead and just take it out. However,
That's the first. That's the first Knicks prediction I had all day.
Yeah.
That's the first one. Everybody else got OKC, including me. I OKC.
Well, I take nothing away from OKC. Jonas Alexander and those guys over there, Oklahoma City Thunder, they have had a remarkable season. Of course, he won the MVP and won the Western Conference Finals MVP. So, take nothing away from those guys. But back in the Eastern Conference, again, you know, until we see what happens tonight in Game 6, if New York can stay physical, play defense, limit their turnovers, get to the free throw line,
Yeah.
and just stay aggressive,
Yeah.
then
And they have to run. They got to run that court and slow it down. Play with tempo and know when not to play with tempo. And I think that's one thing in New York really haven't done well. And that's why in some of their games, they was like one-sided. I think they was trying to run too much and they didn't pace themselves and they gave out. They're a great team, young
Right.
team. But I don't know how well they're going to hold up against a team like OKC who can do those things.
yeah, like I said, it's basically just about, playing your style of basketball. Stick to what got you to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Gotcha.
So, can't take anything away from the Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, and, Siakam, those guys, they are very, very gritty. They're hungry. So Game 6, they're not going to lay down.
Right.
They're gonna come with it. It's in Indiana tonight, so they really want to, push it and get to the NBA Finals. And if they do, I think that'll be a great series, Indiana OKC. But think about this: the NBA Finals, Madison Square Garden.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. And you know what's crazy? We just got finished interviewing Kenny Anderson.
Yes.
And that was crazy, And he's from New York.
Right.
And he was saying, like, when growing up in New York, that's what they did. Basketball is life up there.
Yeah.
So imagine the Knicks winning and they going crazy. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh yeah.
They got to grease the poles. I think they're gonna clown. You know how they do in Boston? They got to grease the poles. I think if New York wins it, it's gonna be chaos in a good way. It's gonna be chaos in a good way for New York.
We told you earlier that would be good for the market as a whole.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because just in that particular area, like you said, the market.
Yeah.
New York City.
Right.
It's a major hub capital. For entertainment, sports, everything. Because Madison Square Garden. Just think of the many memories that have happened. Jordan with the double nickel, Steph Curry with the breaking the record for 3-pointers in Madison Square Garden, and Ali, just all those sports iconic figures
in the Garden. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's very historic.
Reggie Miller scoring 8 points in 8 seconds, against the Knicks or whatever. So
that's crazy. Yeah, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be really huge. So let's switch up college football. You watch? Who you got? Where do you see college football going with all the NIL, with the transfer portal, and then how this 12-team playoff? How do you think it's going to hold up? Now that you have the SEC talking about leaving up under the NCAA, how do you see the future of college football with those things in place?
That's going to be hard to predict. My opinion on that, as far as with the NIL, I look at it twofold.
They're getting paid now.
Yeah, number one, I think it hurts college football, and the reason I say that is because, these are kids.
Young kids.
I'm not about anybody, above anybody, getting out there and getting paid, making money. However, whatever happened to the passion, the love of the game, the pride for the game, sticking out with the team that, you went to.
Yeah, but $2.5 million give you a lot of pride.
That's bought pride, not earned pride.
That's true. I get what you're saying.
So,
I hear what you're saying. What playing for the love of the game, doing the work, and you get the reward at
Right.
the end instead of getting the reward, what we're accustomed to.
Right.
You play college football, you play high school, little league, then you went to college, and then you got your reward when you went to the NFL.
Right. Definitely.
So now they kind of bring it down. Now you got high school kids looking at NIL. You know that, right? Like Texas, I think it's one of the states that has NIL, and I think Florida, and I think Alabama is trying to pass legislation to where they can have NIL. So you're going to have those kids being paid also, and like you said, it's giving them a reward before putting in the work. Which I'm not above anybody giving money,
Right.
but I do think when you're giving young kids that amount of money, it's not
Well, again, look at the generation that we're in now. The young kids, getting this kind of money, but where does the responsibility kick in at?
Right.
These young kids, they don't have that level of responsibility like we did when we came up. See what I'm saying?
good. Gotcha.
Things being instilled in us. But, like I said, I'm not above anybody, making the money. It's just the decisions, the responsibilities, and everything that comes behind it. Are you ready for that responsibility? Are you ready for that?
Right.
And
Most NFL players that's 25 and 30 not even ready for that.
right,
So you got an 18, 19-year-old kid now making $2.5 million. Never seen it. Mom and dad, never seen that type of money. They think they're rich for life, and they're not. When taxes hit, and hope you got an honest accountant. I'm just saying.
right. Like I said, you have so many different factors that factor into that money and everything. And as I said, having that consciousness, that mind frame of, okay, I got this money, now what do I do with it?
Right.
So that's just me coming from
But I still love college football because
oh yeah,
when you push all that stuff aside and just look at the game on the field, it's still college football.
yeah, it's still college football,
and it's still exciting, especially if you have a team. It's really exciting if you don't have a team because you get to watch all games and enjoy them, win or lose. But it's still, I think, drive the market, at least down here in the South.
Oh yeah, the South is definitely bred for football. That's what we do.
That's what we do. That's college. That's college
I'm a Roll Tide fan. 18 national championships.
Oh yeah, you know who you got first, right?
Of course.
We're going to Tallahassee.
I don't know.
I tell you what, I'm definitely going to Tuscaloosa because I've been hearing about the stadium for years, and now I have the perfect excuse to go look at Alabama Stadium. And I heard they dumped some money in that thing.
Absolutely.
And so now I get the chance to go up there and just kind of tour and take it all in. So I'm trying my best to be in Tallahassee for that game, but I think I might want to go high because we only won 2 games last year, and you got the Tide coming in. Nick Saban is not there, but I still think the Tide is better than what people think they are.
Well, I believe from the last time I checked, they had Alabama as far as preseason ranking, have them at number 2.
Okay.
So with the additions that Alabama have made over in this offseason.
And it still got Ryan Williams returning.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And
so just now got to figure out the quarterback position, but we have a 5-star quarterback, and he's tough.
Yeah.
He's tough.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like, what do you say to the Alabama fans, man, that's kind of down because Saban's gone and really haven't gave Kalen LeBoer a really fair chance?
Nothing lasts forever. Under the Nick Saban era, we were very dominant. So now we just have to get back to that brand of football to where we are dominant. Last year it was a lot of mental errors, too many mistakes on the offensive line, not being in sync with each other. Kalen DeBoer, he's proven himself to be a winner.
Yeah,
as
especially
far as
in Washington.
As far as his coaching resume. So first year, for him to even get close enough to being in the playoffs, that's pretty good.
And he's coming down south in a culture that breathes and live football.
Right.
And I think he had to adjust. Like, he haven't had the chance to really adjust yet.
Right.
And they didn't have a bad season last night. They just didn't have that championship season.
Right.
But they was there. They just a couple more wins?
Well, I mean, we were actually in the playoffs, and then, due to, different wins, different losses, you know, the committee decided that, you know, Alabama shouldn't be in it, which is
That's because they left Florida State out 2 years ago when Alabama stole.
I don't think anything had to do with that, but
And Alabama is Alabama is what Notre Dame used to be. That brand, that big brand college football that pushes everything.
But Alabama won their championships. Notre Dame did.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So,
and y'all did beat the Hurricanes to death.
So, you know, as far as with Alabama, you know, they produce, you know, and everybody's top level of achievement is they want to beat Alabama.
Yes. No matter if they down or not, they want to beat Alabama. And my thing is, Alabama has put so much into their football program. It's crazy. I haven't been there, but I hear about the facilities from athletes, and when they go tour it, man, they say there's nothing like it. Like, it's crazy. They got like these heating pools and these rejuvenating pods, and it's crazy. And it's pretty much like everybody's trying to catch up to that type of facility. That's why you see everybody remodel. That's why Florida State's getting a new facility after everybody else, because they know they have to keep up with the Alabamas. But Alabama was the first one to get those type of facilities. I think USC or Michigan or maybe the Texas school, but it was about Alabama was like the top 5 to like throw all the money into their facilities the way that you see it now. Do you think that do you think that kind of helps everything, or do you think?
Well, my mindset is I don't want to duplicate what they're doing. I want to duplicate what got us to a winning program, to a winning season. So if we can duplicate a 10-win season, okay, the games that we lost, what were those mistakes that caused us to lose that game? You know, was our offensive line blocking? Was our running game on point?
The key.
Did we have some drop passes? Or was the right play check being called at the line of scrimmage? You know, several things, you know, factor into, you know, the outcome of a game. You know, did we leave it in the referee's hands, which you shouldn't, leave it in the referee's hands.
Right.
So you just have to take into accountability of what is it that we're doing. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. You know, their facilities, their staff, and everything. You know, are we getting into the film room? Are we talking to the players? Are we talking amongst ourselves?
The small stuff. All this,
right.
Like you said, the playbook.
Right.
Who actually getting it? You know, instead of, because you can have a skilled athlete and put him out there in the field, but if he ain't running on the same page as everybody else, it's going to show.
Right.
Right.
And then, you know, going back to the NIL, of course, you know, with the NIL, that to a lot of, you know, sports fans, that equal the playing field. But who's to say, okay, this team has that 5-star and that 5-star is not playing to their full potential, versus this team having a 3-star and he's giving maximum effort.
Right.
So, you know, it's those intangibles, those things that make a huge factor into a win or loss.
Correct. I totally agree with you. So NFL.
Mm-hmm. Travis Hunter
just got married.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he's going to do down in Jacksonville? You think that's going to make a huge impact? And then I'm hearing he want to play both sides. I don't think he can hold up in the NFL playing both sides, but I didn't think he could do it at college, and he proved me wrong.
Well, the NFL is a different monster. So, you know, if that's what he wants to do, I don't think you should limit any player to doing, you know, being a contributing factor to your offense and your defense if he can withstand that, you know. But this is a higher level now.
Right.
So now you're coming in here with seasoned veterans, you know, year one veterans after their rookie season. So hopefully, you know, he surrounds himself with those players, those coaches, to get those intangibles, to get that wisdom, you know, instilled to him, you know, at the professional level. You know, everything that you did in college means nothing anymore.
Right.
Because now you're playing for a new franchise, all new everything.
Right.
So.
Shedeur Sanders, you know, they left him out on purpose. You know that, right? How do you think he's going to rebound from that? Because I think he's going to rebound.
How
you think he's going to hold up mentally after what they tried to do to him?
I hope he does well. You know, as far as being a rookie coming in, anybody that's starting something new, you want to wish nothing but the
But
best
the best
for
for him.
them.
That's right.
But he was advised, hey, stop buying the jewelry, stop buying the cars,
Yeah,
get in the film room.
that's true. And we
then-
all know the Jamarcus Russell story, and I love Jamarcus to death.
And then we also have to have this understanding as well. It's a privilege to play in the NFL. So you can't go out there and saying, I don't want to play for this team, I don't want to play for that team.
right.
That hurts your stock. Because you got 32 NFL owners, and you basically are telling the NFL owners, you don't want to play for me.
Right. I get that. I get that.
You can't do that as you coming in, you haven't even gotten drafted. You haven't even gotten your first paycheck. That's like interviewing for a job position that you're not qualified for, and you telling them, well, if I don't get hired for this position, I ain't gonna come work for you.
Right.
Can't do that.
Gotcha.
I don't care what it is.
All right, so just like I said, this is Marquise Dupree with Doc Sports. We're here in not Mobile. We're here in Pensacola, Florida, at the Cigar Weekend. Get down here, as I tell you guys. One more time, what do you think of? Tell them about the event.
Pensacola Cigar Weekend, class personified. As soon as I walked in through the entranceway, greeted with nothing but love and respect. Connected with some great people here. Made a lot of connections. So we're definitely
and it's still not over with.
Yeah, still not over with.
So we still got tonight. And we have tomorrow. So we have a whole weekend. So if you can't get here tonight, which I advise you to get here tonight, but if you can't, there's tomorrow. After tomorrow, you're gonna miss this vibe. Just telling you, you're gonna miss this vibe. The weather's good, the people is good, they have good food.
Good spirits.
Tequila's good. They have good tequila. So get down here. So thank you, Cliff, man. I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you, sir, for having me. Appreciate it.
Everything, and come back sometime.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Cliff. So again, we're just down here, just having a good time, talking to everybody about sports. And here in a few minutes, we're gonna have some vendors and everybody come through and tell you a little bit about each of the vendors and everything that they're doing. And I'm telling you guys, I keep describing this, but it's like one of these things you have to see for yourself. And you got to come down here. You have to see it. You have to see it. And come on, sports. You a fan? Yep, that's what I need. Mic her up. So, and just to tell you, everybody is down. I'm telling you, this is such a vibe down here. Everybody is friendly, respectful. If you don't know anything about cigars and want to get into cigars, come down here. There's people will walk you through everything. Your type of palate, your just anything that you love about cigars. You have to be here. How you doing there?
I am doing well. How
All
are
right,
you?
my name is Marquise Dupree. I'm at Doc Sports. We talk about sports in the podcast, but we're here to support the Cigar Weekend event.
Okay.
Introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you down here to this event.
Well, my name is Susan, and I've been smoking cigars for about 6 years, and sounded like a good time, and get to mingle and
And just kind of enjoy
enjoy
And-
with other people.
And see, you don't. We was talking earlier with Dr. Shaletta.
Mhm.
Is that I probably missed her name, but we was talking earlier about women, getting into smoking cigars,
Right.
and I think it's a pretty cool thing for women to get into smoking cigars. So, if you what made you start? Like, you just looking for something new on your palate, or what? You just kind of
Actually,
jumped out there?
I ended up going to a local cigar bar to do work from there because I didn't want to go for coffee. I wanted to go for something more grown up, and tried it, and that I enjoyed it and went from there.
Right,
Started
right.
learning more about them.
All right. So, what's your favorite cigar? Plenty.
I have plenty.
I stick with the Drew Estates. I'm kind of
Do
a
you?
softy because I like the sweet cow,
Yeah.
and I get into the nubs and stuff like that.
I like
because it's kinda-
Placencia.
Placencia.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a good one. Yeah.
Okay, but what you like? Churchill? You like what?
I don't even know a lot of the names. I'm still learning. All
You
that.
just enjoying the cigar
I know.
like it's a fine bottle of wine. Right.
Exactly.
So okay, This is a sports podcast now.
Okay.
Okay, so we got to talk sports.
Okay.
And that's my thing.
Sure.
We have to talk sports. So, football,
Football. Yes.
college,
No. NFL.
NFL.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite NFL?
Oh, I'd have to say the Giants.
The Giants.
Yes.
Ah.
I'm from right outside New York City, so
Oh wow, you
kind of sticks with me.
a lot of New York in the house.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's so awesome.
Yep.
Have you ever been to a game before?
I have not been to a Giants game. I've been to the Army Navy game, but
That's whoa.
yeah, a couple times in the snow.
That's
Yeah.
that snow up there is different, huh? My
Yeah.
wife is from Newark, New Jersey,
Oh, okay.
and she talks about the snow all the time up there. And wow, that's pretty cool. Army Navy game. That's
Yeah.
pretty big deal. How long ago that was?
About 15 years ago.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you still hold that memories of that coldness and
Yes.
that
Cold and wet.
atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was fun.
Right. So talk about the atmosphere here. How do you feel about the event so far?
I think it's filled with a lot of knowledgeable people. I think it's a real cool vibe. They did a Latin dance social today. So there's a lot of diversity in what they're presenting. And
Right. Right. And everybody is so helpful and so friendly and so kind. And it's like something, it's like a wonderful melting pot vibe.
Absolutely.
And that's the way things should be, I think.
Yes.
And like I said, when you come down here, there's something for you. Even if you don't smoke cigars.
Right.
That's the thing. If you don't smoke cigars, you can just come and just network,
Yep.
meet new friends, and just kind of embrace and enjoy. And this is the first year of this event.
Yeah.
And I kind of see this event like just expanding like crazy. I think next year is going to be wow.
Yeah, it'll be even bigger.
Yeah, it's gonna be even bigger.
Yeah.
So again, Marquise Dupree, Doc Sport, thank you for coming
you.
through so much, and I hope you enjoy yourself.
Okay.
All right, and say hello to everybody for me. Thank you
Okay.
so much. So again, perfect example. Come down here, enjoy yourself. It's friendly, classy folks. If you're a long time cigar smoker, or you just now started smoking cigars, this is the place to be. Here down at DeLuna Court in Pensacola, Florida. Please come. And we got good tequila with my good friend John. Wow, that was crazy. I haven't seen him in years. Like it's crazy. I haven't seen him in years. And just to sit here and be able to do what I love and to see people that I haven't seen and to meet new people that's interested into sports. And see, with my show, like I said, one thing that I always try to promote with my show is just be a fan of sports, because one thing about sporting events, it brings people together. And that's what this event is doing, is bringing everybody from everywhere together. And that's what you want. And everybody is so helpful and so friendly. It's almost like being at a upscale type tailgate. It's crazy. It's a beautiful thing. I can't keep describing how beautiful this venue, this event is. A lot of people went through so much to make this happen, and it's coming off very, 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 very well. So again, Marquis Dupree, Doc Sports, and we're here live. Please like, follow, and subscribe. If you're in here, please support the show. This is our first live show, and it's going very well. But please come in and come and sit down with me. Come sit down with me. Come talk some sports, and let's kind of hang out. Like I said, I got some vendors coming through, and they're gonna talk about more of the vending that they're doing. And obviously, I have my glasses and some water. And guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna see the pictures, you're gonna see the video, and you're gonna be like, "Dang, I wish I would have came." And you're gonna be looking forward to next year. I promise you. You have to excuse me, guys. I've been doing that. We've been going to what? It's about going into the third hour. So I have to keep hydrating. I have to keep going. Please get down to Pensacola, Florida, to the Cigar Weekend event. All right, so let's get into some more sports, guys. I hear everybody is in OKC for the finals. I have one New York Knicks pushing for the finals, and I'm just one of those people to just sit back and just enjoy, what sports is about. Like I said, you're gonna have two teams. Well, you have four teams in the NBA finals right now that has never won a championship. Four of them. So when you sit back and you watching these games, just kind of enjoy them a little bit because you may never see this happen again because everybody's used to the Lakers and Golden State and Boston and all of these large brands, but and New York is a large, but they never won anything. I'm talking about teams that don't won something. I'm not talking about teams that they're just starting out. So it's pretty well to see. And then I'm a huge college football fan. So me, college football, NBA, baseball, all of that stuff, man. Come down here and sit. When you see me on these locations, because we're gonna have more around Pensacola and Mobile doing tailgates and stuff like that. Come out, and if you're a regular fan, you don't have to. If you like stats, that's cool. I didn't want to be a stat podcaster. I wanted to just connect with the fans and just talk about, how people enjoy their teams and if people are curious about their teams and what's happening with their teams. This is one of the things that you can come and sit down and talk about. All I ask, we're not Paul Feinbaum show, so don't come down here and just spewing, fifth on fifth. But if you want to know more about your team and you just want to talk about your team, new coaches, new player, NIL deals, new facilities, those type things, college football is what we do. But also keep in mind, we got softball, we have baseball, we have so many sports that people playing cornhole for professional sports right now. Everybody playing. I mean, just think about that. Me, I always wanted to curl. I'm a curler. You've seen the ice from the Olympics, and I always wanted to just curl. I just was curious about that. That's why I kind of wish that Mobile, I think Pensacola have I don't think they have a curling, but I know they have ice hockey. But they should do curling at the Pensacola Civic Center. Just do a curling day. Teach people how to curl. Make the thing go. And just do the lines, that type of stuff. Just do that. But get down here to the venue, the Luna Court, Pensacola, Florida. Come down, please. Please come down. And just stop by and just say hello. Please let everybody know if you're here and you're watching this, just go to your social media and let people know how beautiful this event is. Get it out there. Keep pushing. I mean, I think a lot of people is missing something special right now. And I cannot keep, I don't know, I'm losing compliments. We don't say it vibe about 1,000 times because that's what it is. So Marquise Dupree, Doc Sports. We're in the building. Let me see. What's that? My Amada Tequila. Pick this up. If you can see this right here, go ahead and if you can see that, you see that eye right here? Can you see that? Yeah. Show them that so they can scan that and they can get them a bottle of that. That's one of my best friends, John's custom tequila. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. Push this. This is, if you're from Pensacola and you from Mobile and we drink everybody else tequila, we do Don Julio, we do Patron, but now we got somebody at home that we need to do. And I had the first Kevin Hart tequila when I worked security doing his concerts. But push this tequila and just kind of come say hello to me. Anybody more than welcome to come say hello, sit down, talk sports, talk about the venue, and we have to push this. We have to keep keep pushing this event, and it's bringing everybody from everywhere. Cigars has always been, it's like watches. You know, cigars kind of like always been a conversational piece, you know, where you sit back and you relax and you have great conversations. And I'm pretty sure we're about to have a wonderful conversation here. Please introduce yourself. My name is Marquise Dupree at Doc Sports. Just introduce yourself to everybody and just tell them about the event and what you think so far.
Okay, you can call me Bruno Lyons on Instagram, and I'm the ambassador for the Cigar Weekend.
Okay.
So I've been helping promote and support and line up some vendors and just make sure everyone's having a good time.
You guys have done a wonderful job.
Appreciate that.
I mean,
Appreciate
a wonderful job. Like I'm from Pensacola originally,
Okay.
but I live in Mobile,
Okay.
and the word over there is like, whoa.
Really?
You guys, 'cause like when
Nice.
they came last night,
Yeah.
they said we got to bring the group over here.
Yeah.
And so
that's
all
great.
the Mobile guys over here. So you guys
Yeah.
have done an awesome job.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful venue, a beautiful event. The vendors and everybody is so helpful, so wonderful. Happy to be here.
Yes. Yes.
You can't stop saying more nice things about today, and I'm so glad I
Yeah.
had the opportunity to come
Well,
down
appreciate
and
you.
help support you guys.
Appreciate it.
And I can see next year, like I'm telling you, next year is gonna like the
Yeah.
first year is like it's so classy. Like you say, how can you top this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and but then you start thinking like, oh wow, you know, I'm couples. If you're single, you're classy, and you just want to learn about cigars.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And you just want to meet new people.
Yeah.
And from all walks of life and backgrounds.
Yeah.
This is the place to do it, right?
Yeah. We had last night we had two separate educational events, you could say. One showing us behind the blends, how they take the leaves and put them together.
Right.
With Cordova Cigars, our local shop.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then GTO Cigars, Dr. O was here and he presented a little bit about his cigars.
Wow.
And, yeah, so it was amazing. It was a good time.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yes,
See, and that's why I say cigars are kind of like watches. You know,
Yeah.
like conversation
Exactly.
pieces. You know, when I see somebody, and I walk into a cigar lounge and I see somebody smoking a cigar that I probably haven't seen, I probably just didn't notice.
Yeah.
I say, what kind of cigar is that?
Exactly.
And you
Exactly.
start working on your palate, and you start thinking. Then you try it, like, oh yeah.
Yes.
And then we're sitting here for 2 hours having this conversation.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's right. That's
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, this is a sports podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to talk something about sports.
Oh, that's all right.
Hey, it don't matter.
Here we
Now,
go.
Lions?
All of them.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I was born up there, raised outside DC,
Okay.
and then I've been down here about 14 years.
So you can't. So football up there
Yep.
compared to football here, especially college football.
Oh, that's the difference. Is it's
Yeah,
NFL or in college.
Yeah, right. So you went for NFL. You still in NFL, but you
Yeah,
know the
yeah.
college down here
a
is
little
just
bit.
It's just as kind of wild as the NFL up there.
Oh, it's even wilder.
So what do you think of the Lions going to do this year?
I'm hoping all the way
You
this
know?
year. Yeah, my mom's family are all Washington fans.
Nah.
So I grew up around Washington fans when my dad's family was up in Detroit.
Oh,
so
man.
I've always had to deal with that. And then they turned around and knocked us out last year. So, yeah, I heard about it.
Washington was so good last year. They finally get in the new stadium.
Yeah,
Ain't that something?
Yeah, I know.
it took last year to finally get a new stadium.
Yeah, it's good for them though. Good for DC.
Right, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So, man, like I said, I thank you guys so much for having me.
Yes,
So inviting me. It's
absolutely.
like I was meant to be here. It just works.
Yeah. I actually met the Mobile guys
Yeah.
down in Tampa back in March.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wore one of our Pensacola ones to the Tampa Cigar Week back in March, and saw them, and they were like, "We're from Mobile, and we're planning on coming."
Right, and
so I met
yeah.
up with them last night. So
Okay,
it was great.
Mark Jackson with Kazulas. Was it Ray Savannah?
No, it was during the Tampa Cigar Week.
Okay.
Sterling Cigar
Sterling.
Lounge.
Okay, yeah. Sterling. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
Well,
nice.
thank you so much. And
Absolutely.
we're looking. I hate to say this, but I'm looking forward to next year already.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too. We are too. We are too.
You know, I'm enjoying this,
Yeah,
but I see next year. I'm like, well, how you gonna top it?
yeah, exactly.
You can't do it but go up though.
Exactly. That's right.
Thank
That's
you
right. That's
so
what we
much
plan
for
on
sitting,
doing.
man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's been a
Absolutely.
blessing.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So this is Marquise Dupree with Doc Sports down the Pensacola Cigar Weekend
Oh,
at the Luna Court. As I was saying, it's just beautiful atmosphere, beautiful
Appreciate it.
people, and just, you know, great vendors. You know, the vendors, you know, sometimes when you go to like events and, you know, vendors, like if you don't buy nothing, you know, But these vendors are so helpful, so kind, and they're ready to teach you just about their brand and how they got started and things like that. And I have one coming in now, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself and what got him down over here, Pensacola, how you got started in cigars and things like that. So just please introduce yourself first and just tell her how you got started.
Yeah, appreciate you having us on. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I started smoking cigars in 1996 when I joined the military, and
Thank you for your service.
Appreciate it. It was an honor. So we just, me and my buddies got out of boot camp and smoked my first cigar and was hooked, and smoked cigars ever since. And then got stationed here in Pensacola. Been here 25 years.
Wow.
And
the sun and beach kept you here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is like a black hole. I tried to move back home, and I lasted all of a month, and then I came right back down.
Right.
My mom's like, "You're the only one that I know that packs up a U-Haul to go on vacation." So,
I got you.
but yeah, it was great. I love it here. It's community is huge. Everybody rallies around us and supports us, and other small businesses here in town. And so went on a cruise about 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Never smoked a pipe before, pipe tobacco. And my ex gave me a pipe for Christmas, and I smoked it, and I fell in love with pipes. Then we were on a cruise, and we're heading down to the Dominican, and I was smoking a cigar, and I'm like, man, I wonder what it's like to start your own brand, right? Not knowing the back, behind the curtain scenes, right?
Right.
And so did a tour and fell in love. I was
Wow.
like, this is amazing. It's an art. It's really an art.
It is.
So the rest of the cruise, I think that's where we went south, because all I did the rest of the cruise was researching how to start your own brand, right? The family was doing their thing, and I'm doing mine. And got back stateside and just started running. And we started looking at different ways of starting a brand, and here we are. I met a gentleman that is now one of our mentors, and called him up to see if he was still in business. He's been around for 30 years almost. And he kind of started showing us the ropes a little bit.
Wow.
And started educating us on blends and how to blend a cigar. And I was telling one of the other brands here the other day, I was like, you get bit by a bug and you just fall in love and you get knee deep in it.
Right.
And here we are, So started Hayes Gray Cigars.
Hayes Gray Cigars.
Yeah.
Pensacola owned.
Pensacola owned and operated, veteran owned and operated. It's been a great ride. We've been around for a little over a year now,
Right.
And it's great. It's the cigar community is just so tight knit. Everybody helps each other out. It's not one of those, I'm not going to tell you my secrets. Everybody is there to help and pass on their knowledge.
And I can sense that. When you, like I said, you go around, you talk to each vendor, everybody is so helpful.
Mhm.
They're not locked the secret code where they don't want to, tell you just buy.
Right.
And I think that's what's helping this event really thrive.
Yeah. It really is.
Is that openness, that trust that everybody is kind of like, hey, I'm just here to help you. It's okay if you buy something.
Yeah.
But I'm just here to help you.
Yeah.
And I think that's the vibe that we're coming off and that we're getting.
Yeah,
So-
no, it really is. And the other thing too is education wise. I know Bruno was just here before me. He mentioned the education piece. We're seeing that a lot of people are starting to get into the cigar, smoking. And so one of the things my brother and I, we built a mobile cigar lounge, and a lot of newbies that come in, they're kind of nervous going into a cigar lounge because they're a little intimidated. But we take our pride is educating these consumers that are wanting to learn,
Right.
and we educate them. Hey, try a light body before you go full body, right? Like, you don't want to get sick.
I wish
off the
somebody
first
told me
cigar,
that.
Yeah. So I wish somebody would have told me that.
When I first bought my cigar, I went to go buy the most expensive cigar that I could find.
Yeah.
And I bought about 10 of them, about $50 a stick. And
Yeah.
I didn't like not one of them.
Yeah.
And so I got into Drew Estate.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of find my palate. It's like around that $10 stick range,
Yeah.
So I blew a lot of money though.
Yeah.
I blew a lot of money.
You can.
And I got my best friend into smoking cigars, and he surpassed me now.
Yeah.
And so, but I wish somebody would have told me and introduced it to me and tell me, I didn't know a cigar was similar to your wine palate.
Yes.
I didn't know that. You know, I was thinking I was trying to get the best thing to go with cognac. All the time, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I wanted the biggest, baddest, longest cigar stick.
Right,
You know,
right.
so if you're right. If I would have had those tips, probably would have saved a lot of money and enjoyed it a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
And one of the things we take our pride in as well is, you know, we want our customers to stick around and be a customer for life, right? So if you treat them with respect and educate them a little bit more, I think that they'll stick around and they'll enjoy the cigar for what it is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
And you want a good long ash all the way through.
that's how you know
As you
got a
take,
good
that's
one.
how you know you have a good
Yeah.
cigar.
Yeah.
So tell them more about your cigars.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of everything, right? We have from light body to full body. We even have a chocolate infused cigar, a sugar tip cigar. We're noticing that a lot of the new smokers are going towards the sweeter side, which is great. It's fine. I mean,
Right.
you don't have to go full body. You don't have to go medium body. You can just, you know, smoke what is in your palate. And so with our cigar, we have tobacco from Nicaragua, the Dominican, Ecuador, Brazil.
Wow.
And now we're starting to get into our second line in our portfolio, and we want to venture off a little bit. We try to be a little bit different. So we want to see tobacco from different countries. Like, you know, we were born in Portugal, moved to the United States in 1982. Portugal's coming into the scene on tobacco.
Portugal.
So, yeah. So
And I was talking about moving to Portugal.
that's
My
great.
wife and I was talking about moving to Portugal, but that's crazy. I know Nicaraguan.
Yep.
Of course, everybody know Cuba, but you
Yeah.
can't get the Cuban seed. Like you
Right.
can't. You get the Cuban seed, right?
Yeah.
But they plant it in Nicaragua, right?
Nicaragua, Dominican. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they say it's the same, but they said by what's the difference in that? Because I hear that all the time about the Cuban seed, but it's only Cuban if it's in the soil. Is that soil that much different?
It is, and the soil. A lot of it plays into factor, right? The soil, the temperature, the altitude. It all plays a factor in what the leaf's going to taste like. Right?
Okay.
So you can take that Cuban seed, take it to Nicaragua. It's going to taste a lot different than what you would from the soil in Cuba.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's the more you get into it and the deeper you get into it, it blows your mind.
So let me ask you a question, and you probably not like this question. So machine roll and hand roll. I know hand roll is the best,
Yeah.
right? But you had to pick a machine roll cigar, right? What would it be?
You know, that's a great question. And I'll tell you, I've never smoked a machine rolled cigar.
Wow.
Yeah, that I know of. I mean, it could be rolling in a machine. I'm thinking they're hand rolled, but I can honestly say I've never said I want a machine rolled cigar.
Right.
Is this machine rolled, right?
Right.
So I can't even tell you the difference on that.
Wow.
Or which way I would go.
Wow. Okay. I
Yeah.
would say Baccarat.
Yeah.
I was smoking Baccarat.
Baccarat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard they're good cigars.
Yeah, that's probably they decent.
Yeah.
They not good. That's one of the ones I blew $4 on.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean, I now that I'm in this, our mentor told me, he's like, you're a cigar guy now. You have to have a cigar in your hand at all times. And so now everywhere I go, I have my travel humidor.
Yeah.
And you never know. You driving down the road, you want a quick smoke, bring out a cigar.
So if somebody wanted to order you guys cigars, let's say if they was in New Jersey and they wanted you guys, how would they go about ordering your cigars, and how can they contact you guys?
Yeah, so we're actually, you can go on our website and order on wardogsbc.com, and we ship. And then here locally, we're starting to get into some of the shops here in Pensacola
And Mobile.
And Mobile.
You gotta come. You gotta come to Mobile.
That is definitely in our travels, and we just got an order up there for Pennsylvania. So we're starting to spread out.
Right,
so
right.
hopefully,
right.
you know, hey,
So you getting in the underbelly to where you're known, but it's like that special cigar that everybody don't know yet.
yeah, it's
Wow.
great. And the thing is like, they call it craft or boutique. The flavors are just so much different, and it's to me, I love the legacy brands. Don't get me wrong. I'll smoke my Perdomo
Right,
and things
right,
like that.
right.
But the boutique cigars, I think they taste a lot different.
Yeah. And see, I love on my custom stuff. Like I can't wait to try this right here.
What do you got
This
here?
is tequila,
Oh,
and that's John, the owner.
Okay.
That's his special tequila. And I just found that out today. So
yeah.
I can't wait to that, and I'm definitely going to get some of you guys cigars.
And
to
when you
take
come
with
get
me.
our cigars, bring that with you.
They pair well,
How
huh?
much- oh yeah. We have a few cigars in there that pretty much pair with anything.
Wow.
We're doing a wine and cigar pairing here today, and which is our 1982, and it pairs with quite a bit.
Wow.
Gin, cognac, wine, rum. So it's good.
Now I hate to hit you up for this, but you know we're a sports show. Doc
me
Sports.
up. Hit me up.
Doc Sports. You know that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we doing
You gotta
cigars
do what you
today.
got- Yes,
We're gonna do a little sports because sports go well with cigars, right?
absolutely.
Right. It's just like it's that hand in hand perfect tie.
Yeah,
So while you building that cigar brand, I'm building this brand, and we like lock and loaded, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So let's get into it. NFL.
Yes.
All right. What was your favorite team in NFL?
Well, being that I grew up an hour south of Boston, got to go with the greatest dynasty of all time, right? New England, baby.
This is Brady gone.
Well, yeah. I tell all the Tampa fans that I've seen here this weekend, I'm like, hey, you're welcome.
Wow.
You're welcome. But yeah, I grew up an hour south of Boston, and you have no choice.
Yeah.
When, being that we were born in Portugal, my dad's company took us over to Canada, and being up there, a little kid, hockey was big, and I became a Canadian, a Canadians fan. And when we moved to the United States, we moved to where my family was at in Massachusetts, and my uncles took me aside and said, "Listen, you're in Massachusetts now. It's all Boston. You have no choice."
Wow.
So here I am.
Kind of like what Alabama does to their fans over there.
Pretty much.
When you have birth, you're gonna choose Alabama and Auburn.
Yeah.
And hey, this is you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
when I first got stationed here, I met some civilians, and they were like, "Hey, what's your college team?" Well, Boston College. And they're like, "Boston who?" I was like, "Boston College." They're like, "No,
DC.
man, you got to go with an SEC team."
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I
That's
know
what
you
I
don't.
told them, right? And then I was like, well. And I could call my buddies back home, and I tell them, like, man, college football is another religion down here.
It's different. But you know,
it's
NFL
different.
up there is a
It's
religion
huge.
too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's like a NFL North, College South.
Yeah.
I wonder if we ever gonna meet in the middle.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, what would be the team in the middle that has a good college football team and a pro team? And they not really in the middle. They're more south. I would say New Orleans, right? LSU.
Yeah.
and the Saints.
LSU and in the Saints. Yeah.
I would say, so I'm trying to get up though, like on that line to where I don't know one.
It's tough.
It's like either NFL or college.
It really is.
It's not, you would think like what state would have you say Tennessee because they, maybe.
Maybe,
guess.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
we'll see what the Titans can do, but that's,
That's
it's a long shot.
That's
I mean,
a long.
that's what I can say.
We're
My
reaching
team.
now.
Yeah,
We need a couple cigars.
yeah.
So man, I really appreciate you coming through,
Yeah, thank you
and
so much.
hopefully to see you later on.
Absolutely,
And like I keep telling everybody, this is a wonderful event to come to.
it really
And
is.
please reach out for cigars. Tell them your contact and how to get your information again.
Yeah. So it's War Dogs BC, and that's B as in Bravo, C as in Charlie.com. And then you can also call us at 850-377-0585. We actually deliver, especially if you're here local in the Pensacola area.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Handle that. So I can be at the beach.
you can be at the beach, and we'll meet up at the beach. As long as
That's
you have a
awesome.
cocktail waiting for us.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what it is. That's awesome. man.
Yeah. So that you can definitely get on our website. We're also on Toro Cigars, Toro Cigar Company.
Okay.
They're out of Virginia. They
I heard
are
that.
open arms
Yeah.
with veteran-owned cigar companies, and they also have some larger brands as well.
Have you got
So-
into Cigar International yet?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. That's,
What about Thompson?
Not
Not yet?
Not yet. Those
Make them sell yours.
Yeah.
And have you ever been to Cigar International up in, I think it's on in North Carolina?
No. I
It's
haven't.
huge.
Is it really?
It's like I can't describe it. It's like a cabin that's over probably about 10,000 square feet up and down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list to go visit.
Yeah,
Um,
and take your brand. And
of course.
yeah, don't buy
Absolutely.
it.
You gotta take yours, but you gotta buy one as well, right? So
That's right.
You gotta share the love. But,
That's right. But yeah,
cigar lounge etiquette.
yeah, you have to see that. So
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you so much.
Thank you
I
for having us.
appreciate it,
We
man.
appreciate it,
I'm looking
man.
to stay in contact with you,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
maybe we can come and do this again.
Yeah.
and just kind of have fun like we're doing now.
Yeah, it's a great time. If you're not here, you're missing out. You need to get down here and enjoy this vibe. And they got great music, great vendors. I mean, there's vendors here doing things that that I've never seen.
Yeah,
so.
did you see the vendor with the
Bracelets?
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
And they do the bands for the
Right,
fedoras.
and then the one that does the humidors with the broken
Yes.
liquor bottles. Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah! You guys
Yeah.
are missing some great nuggets. I would
Yeah.
say. I mean, this is a very special event for it to be the first year.
Yeah,
It kind of feel like they've been doing this for a while. It's like it really fits.
it really does. It really does. That's something that when I started our brand, it was one of the things that popped into my mind was I couldn't believe that Pensacola did not have a cigar weekend. I know the major cities like Tampa and Atlanta, they got theirs, and it's just ginormous, right?
Right.
I'm like, it would be great one year one day, I should say, to have a cigar weekend of our own. And within 3 months after having that thought in my head, I met the board that runs Pensacola Cigar Weekend. I'm like, here we go.
Wow.
Let's. And they asked us, hey, would you be willing to do it? And without a hesitation, we said yes, absolutely.
They don't have to ask me no more. Just tell me, just hey, be there.
To give me the date.
Give me the date.
Give me the date. I'll
and
pencil
I'm
in
there.
it.
They don't
Yeah,
have to
exactly right.
I think my only mistake was I should have been here all 3 days instead of just today.
Yeah. Oh, Thursday night was phenomenal.
Yeah,
Thursday
I
night,
missed
the
the
weather
mixer.
was great. We were downtown at one of the local spots. Then a lot of the vendors were there, just relaxing. And of course, because we're local and everybody else had to travel,
Right.
we set up our tent and sold our cigars. But it was just, you could tell just by that moment, like the ambiance was like, this is going to be an awesome weekend.
Yes.
And it's been
It fits.
hands down. Yes,
It fits. And
absolutely.
this is what I've been searching for probably my whole adulthood.
Really.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, you found it.
I'm telling you, I've been searching for this type of vibe,
Yeah.
this type of life
Yeah.
almost. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And it's only going to grow from here, right? Because a lot of these brands that are here, no other brands, and us just kind of mingling and talking and sharing cigars. We've already said, well, I'm going to reach out to my buddy that owns this brand. I'm going to reach out to my buddy that owns that brand.
Right.
See if they can come down next year, and it's only going to grow from here.
I'm definitely going to be here, man.
Yeah. Well, we hope so.
And through the rest of the year, if God's willing, I'm going to be here.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
I
much. It's
appreciate
been a
you.
pleasure.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Take it easy. So again, Marquis Dupree here at Pensacola, Florida Cigar Weekend, Doc Sports Podcast. Come down, sit with me, talk some sports, hang out, meet new people, meet friends. This is a great setup that they have. The venue is nice. The vendors is nice. This is a nice, beautiful day. You just cannot beat it. All right. So again, we're going for another 45 minutes, and here to bring my good friend Tyrone back in here, so he can tell me all. He can tell me all about how he been enjoying himself, and just taking it all in. He been socializing and just really taking notes about the event, and just kind of enjoying himself. I must say. You enjoying yourself? You enjoying yourself, Tyrone?
I am, man. This.
Come on in here. Come on in here. Just let me take a little bit of your time.
No,
So,
this is
so
nice.
you actually got a chance to go out and meet and see everything, right?
I did. This is when I say, man, this is overly nice. This is overly nice. Is
Get your towel. Bring your towel over there.
I don't know who's out there.
Okay.
And but this is just wonderful, man. Really, truly to see people hanging out with each other, talking, communicating. It just
It fits,
Wow.
doesn't it?
it more than fit, man. It just who we ought to be in general.
It's beautiful. It's a
This is
beautiful
who-
thing.
This is who we ought to be in general. What I mean by that, people just communicating, not by color or race, just people.
Right.
So I can honestly say, man, this is something that was well needed for me, myself, and for Pensacola, and since I came
And
came
Mobile.
up for Mobile,
Right.
it just needed. It just needed,
You need this everywhere, and
Yeah.
this is great. But I can see this. I can see this is like growing like crazy, right?
You think every cigar event should be the same way.
Right.
When you hear about a cigar event or you hear about a trade show or whatever, you think it should be the same way because you got all walks of life.
Right.
And so the veterans, non-veterans, just people in general. And
it's like I say, cigars like watches. They're great conversation pieces, conversation starters, relaxing. You know, it's that.
yeah.
So thank you. I appreciate it. Go do some more research. Come back. Talk to all the vendors.
Yeah.
You enjoying yourself?
I am, man. I am. I see they getting ready for the night.
Yeah, they switching everything over.
Yeah.
Right.
Are they still gonna be here?
Yeah, everything is going to be here within this courtyard.
Okay.
So we going to be here.
Okay.
So, you know,
Good deal.
go
man.
do some more research.
Yes, sir.
Come on back.
Yes.
So again, Marquise Dupree here with Doc Sports at the Pensacola Cigar Weekend. Like I said, we can't say too many. I mean, you can. It's great, guys. I mean, it's awesome. We're talking sports, cigars. They're to bring in another vendor in here. Going to tell you about their setup and what they do, and just kind of keep tuning in. But get down here, come down here. I'm telling you guys, you have to see this for yourself. I'm from Pensacola. Pensacola is my hometown. I've been in Mobile 20-some years. I can tell you, I've never seen this in Pensacola or Mobile. So come on in. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
All right. So just tell everybody, introduce yourself, and tell everybody what you do, and what kind of got you into cigars and that type of thing.
All right. Well, welcome. My name's Dwight Newton. Most my friends call me DJ. I own Mount Olympus Cigars. It's a Greek god line and goddesses, and it's been great.
Right.
And so I've been smoking now for 3 decades.
Wow. How you get into cigars?
It was a good mentor that we were overseas because I'm retired military as well.
Okay.
And
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate it. But yeah, he kind of introduced me to it, and I fell in love with it from the get-go. So it was.
I wish I had a mentor.
It was peaceful, and I think that's what brought me to the game because it forced me to slow down.
Okay.
It's something that you have to actually sit back, enjoy, and it gives you time to think. Whether that's
there, yeah.
silence, music, or having a conversation one-on-one, or even with a group about life decisions and things like that. So it's been a great journey.
Wow. So tell us more about your brand and everything, and how you got started in that, and
how I got started. Jumped off a ledge, and I think for most entrepreneurs, that's it. Great support system. Had a good friend, mentor, and a lot of people think when mentor they think about older, but they're not. Young brother by the name of Orlando Gilliam was like, "Hey man, I think you need to start doing this." And so,
and it's kind of
words were discussed, ideas were crossed, and we both took a leap. And here we are. 2 years later into the game, 4 cigars out right now. I got another 4 in the factory, waiting to be delivered. Later on in the year, we'll probably start making our next 4 blends, so it'll be 12 total.
Awesome,
and they all come out in pairs as Greek god and the goddesses.
Awesome. That's awesome.
But I look at it for us, there's not, I think, really a whole lot of representation when it comes to that cigar game.
And that's
and most people have seen my tent, and I always preach it as Black excellence. So when you look at the bands, it's us.
Right.
I had a great graphic designer, smoking artist, Lizzie out of Houston, Texas.
Wow.
She helped me get the design up.
And
a lot of support and
everything
molded. She saw my vision before it was even really in my head, and it's taking a turn.
That is so awesome, man. You go back to mentor. When I first started smoking cigars, I didn't have a mentor. You know how I pick my cigar? I go look for the most expensive, biggest, baddest cigar, and I blew some money.
Yeah,
I blew some money. My wife was mad. I was buying $50 sticks.
Yeah.
I didn't understand my palate. And then, like you said, one of the guys I was talking to, Mr. Ray, Evangelist Ray, and I just tell him, I like cigars, but I just can't pick one I really enjoy. And he asked me, he said, "What type of wine you like?" And I told him, I like a little sweet wine, Moscato, sweet red, or something like that. He said, "Try this one." And it was the Blonde Bellicoso Acid.
Nice.
And from there, it grew to fat bottom better to Cuba Cuba, and I kind of stay in the Drew Estate family.
Right.
And sometimes if I go into the Nub cafes.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I blew some.
Yeah.
Man, I blew some money on Pegasus and stuff like that. I blew some money.
I tell most novices within the cigar industry, look at your cigar smoking, kind of, you know, how your friend introduced you to wine, like a pairing, but think of it like cooking.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? All cigars have a very unique recipe. Some might be similar. Some may fit your palate and some may not. Just like some dishes that, you know, you get at a restaurant. You try them out. Yeah, this wasn't for me. All right. And you go to the next thing. Same thing, you know. So all about the spices, the aroma, the flavor that you get from it. And again, what does it do for you?
Right.
You know?
Relax.
Right.
Makes you feel
like
good.
At the end of the day, we talk about Pensacola. I jumped on board with Charlitha from the start.
She's wonderful, isn't
And
she?
so
I can't stop saying so many nice things about. And what's crazy, I just met her last month, and it feel like we know each other like forever.
Yes.
And every time I call her, and even she busy, she picks up, and
very
she's
down to
always
earth.
kind, always, you know. I would never stop supporting her after this day. I mean, I can't stop saying nice things about her.
Yes.
I mean, she's like,
Thorough.
she's awesome. She's very
thorough.
awesome. And she put a nice event together.
Oh,
The
yeah.
board put a nice event together.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
Yeah. So if anybody wanted to try your brand, how would they contact you? Do you ship, or how would they find you?
So I ship. They can find me on Instagram at Mount Olympus. They can look at the website, MountOlympusCigars.com. You can just type it in, and you know we're there. Most of the things I do is I sell them by the 5-pack. Shipping is free.
Wow, that's awesome. So tell everybody about the event. What you seen so far? This is your second day.
So yeah, this is the second day for me at the event. Actually third.
Oh yeah, the mixer.
Because I was here Thursday for the mixer.
Right.
It's great. I know Cordova was here yesterday and talking with them, but I like the simple fact that all of the vendors are socializing with one another.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah.
Like even though you know you have Sassy Soul, you have Haze Gray, you had Honeybees here, GTO was here last night, and even with the mobile cigar lounge, we've all purchased, mixed business, traded information back and forth. Been great support.
Wow.
Amongst all of us. Smoked Collection, she was a last minute addition, and you know she hopped right on board, you know, with the same energy that everybody else has.
Wow, that's awesome. And sometimes when you go to events like these, and behind closed doors, vendors won't say anything to each other. It's like they lock and key, close boarded.
Oh yeah.
They don't want to extend help. There's, some of them want you to buy. So when you come in and you see the interaction, you know it's different.
Yes.
You can feel it.
Yes,
Everybody who I've talked to,
definitely feel it.
Yes, you can feel it. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. Oh, I can't let you go yet. We're Doc Sports. We talk about sports.
All right.
We got to talk about some sports, man.
All right. What
All
you
right.
got?
So let's see it. NFL.
Steelers.
Oh, that's your man. Steelers. What do you think they're gonna do this year?
You know what?
Just one game at a time.
It's a quarterback issue. You know what I'm saying? When we think about it, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So yeah, we're gonna have to take it day by day. See how everything evolves.
I mean, actually, where you from?
I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
I was also not too far from you, raised right there in Birmingham.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, we got a lot of people. My oldest son is graduated from UAB, and he's a film director, film writer, independent.
Nice.
And he works at a hospital up there.
Okay, yeah. My daughter just graduated.
Sherbrooke Hospital.
Yeah.
And he's doing awesome things.
Great.
My youngest son's at Alabama State. He's getting ready to finish up. He's a graphic designer major. So
nice.
Yeah. So man, I appreciate you coming through.
No, I appreciate you having me.
We're gonna stay in contact, I promise you. Okay. And I can't wait till next year, because I already told her she ain't gotta ask me. Just tell me, give me the date and time. I'm here.
Facts.
Thank you so much, man.
All right,
appreciate
brother.
it.
Same to you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, Marquise Dupree here with Doc Sports here at the Pensacola Cigar Weekend here at Duluth guys, come through. Let's talk some sports. And bring my buddy Tyrone back in here. And he's going to tell you just a little bit about the event. He's been going around talking to the vendors and just kind of seeing what the event offer. I think they was doing some dancing in there. When they doing
Yeah,
like
they had salsa. They were doing
salsa.
there. Yeah.
That's like a
Salsa
sport, huh?
Yeah.
It's like a sport. Offense and defense collide and kind of dance together on the line of scrimmage, huh?
Yeah, man. But I went from salsa to people that started networking. They started talking because, like I said, all walks of life was over there. The salsa kind of broke the ice. Then you just see they went from salsa to, well, yeah, I want to stay 10 minutes from here and such and such. And you saw them communicate with each other. Well, I've been here all my life. I ain't, never met you, never this or that. It was because you just didn't know.
Right.
You didn't know. And Pensacola, I didn't know.
I know you always trying to get me to come over here to Pensacola. And I tell you all the time, I say, man, I don't come home a lot because they don't have an event like these. I mean, you can go downtown and it's cool about one or two twice. But
it's a military place too. So that's another thing too.
I guess. I told you I've been here all my life.
Yeah, the base.
And I've never seen anything like this. Like this classiness, for everybody.
Yeah. And by being a military town per se, you'd think it'd be more diverse than what it was or is. So I was trying to get to think it would have been like that prior, because with the military base it has so many different nationalities and people coming. So this is assumed to be bigger.
And if you're from out of town and you're looking to get here maybe next year, hit up Destination Everywhere. Travel agent, hook you up, get your hotel, flights, everything you need. You reach out. So there's no excuse for you guys to get down here, right?
Yeah, that's true. And I see that they got splash pads for the kids, pool coming in.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think that's for the kids though. I think that's for us.
Yeah,
there ain't no kids in here.
No, I'm not saying if you come from out of town.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. Yeah, just around the event. Yeah, just around. Just around the event. So what he said, if you get a hotel, something down here, they got parks across the street, the splash pad, like he said. They got the city pool. So you can do that. Take the kids back, and you come down here, and you can be classy, right?
Yeah, and because especially if you don't want the hustle of the beach. Or the hustle bustle going to the beach and getting in the melee, I get it. Right. The pool, splash pad for smaller kids, it'll be better because you can sit and watch them. And, it's less hassle. You just need to get to them. You get to them. You're not stepping over everybody. It's just more.
You can't stop saying nice things about this.
No, I mean, because
that's what's crazy.
Because man, if you look at the big scheme, the big picture of it. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Right.
And that's what you really need, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, to make the whole experience.
Right.
So if you did a day here and do another day somewhere else, it's okay.
Right. So you got to see the vendors. What's who the most interesting vendors are they?
All of them. All of them have something unique, something different. The lady with the humidors.
Yeah, the humidor. I think humidor specialist or something like that.
Yeah, with the humidors with the broken bottles and stuff. Too neat. That's a real conversation.
Right.
For your office, at home office or whatever. Den or basement. That's a nice conversation piece.
Right. So that just let you know something for you down here. If you an adult. Yes. And if you have a spouse or you don't have a spouse, right?
Yeah.
If you're female, male, everybody come hang out.
Yeah.
It's a great conversation piece. Like I would like it what John was saying, it's one of those things, when you're smoking cigar and it kind of kill your time and give you a chance to think and process. This event is kind of like that.
It is.
It give you, it ain't moving too fast, but it's giving you time to enjoy, to think. So we can talk sports.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, the vendors that's here, when they're not doing something like for the cigars, and we have the humidors and another group of ladies were doing the jewelry, the The necklace.
Yeah, with the wrappers.
Yeah, with the wrapper.
Oh, that's so cool. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna be broke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be broke by the
Yeah.
time I leave here.
Yeah, that's some odd and different. And the ideal, well, you know, got all your rappers, we're gonna do it. And there's open cigar.
And then how many cigar wrappers I have?
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, just for them to think it's ideal to come up with it.
Right, and,
Yeah.
and it's so neat. And they do like your brand that you smoke. Like, so if you only do like one, not brand, but like the label of the cigar you
Yeah.
smoke. So if you smoke like a certain label,
Yeah.
a brand, I guess brand, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can do all Drew Estate, yeah.
Yeah.
So they can kind of like customize it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm assuming if you give them enough time, they could probably put it on whatever
Right.
something. If you want to, eyeglass frames, all the legal, all Drew Estates. I
Right,
guess if
right.
you give them a minute, they can fashion it to something to, you know, your whole frames. You know, there's some odd.
Yeah, something new, and it looks good.
Yeah,
It really
yeah,
looks
yeah.
good.
It does. It just out of the norm.
Right. To
Out of the norm.
right to see
Yeah.
somebody take cigar labels, cigar wrappers,
Yeah.
and make something that interesting. I wear that before I wear a gold chain. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's just a great place to be, guys. And so we're coming down to the last. We about to bring it home now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, we can't say thank you enough. I can't describe the vibe enough. So thank you guys for doing these 4 hours with me, 2 hours on Facebook, 2 hours on YouTube. Like and subscribe, but most importantly, support this event. I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. I cannot say that anymore efficiently.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful sight.
everybody's supporting each other.
Yeah,
Everybody's friendly.
Yeah.
You ain't got to, you don't have to worry about. You just relax.
Yes.
No worries. That's what.
You have
And no worries. Just relax.
Yeah, you're not looking over your shoulder.
You're comfortable.
Yes, even
Everybody's saying hello, shaking hands.
yeah, even
you
with
know?
even with the latest that's here, they their body language is different,
Right.
and that's a big thing. If the ladies or the women come to an event and not comfortable, you can tell it in the body language.
Right.
Everybody body language.
And I like the ladies. I like the ladies that smoke a cigar. That's pretty cool,
Yeah.
because as you know, when we at a cigar lounge, you don't see many ladies smoking. They might be there with their husband drinking or talking to their friends, but you don't see many smokers.
True.
And I always think a lady smoking a cigar is better than a lady smoking a cigarette. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So come down, support. I'm
Yeah.
tired, but
Yeah, no problem.
I sure appreciate
and remember your friend.
yeah, my
Your
best friend. My one of my closest childhood friends, him and his sister. My Mata Tequila. This is John's, and he owned the building here, the Luke building, and he's into a lot of things. Support him. He's the reason why. He's one of the reasons this happened because of the venue. But Dr. Charlotta Lane pretty much was the icing on the cake, I think.
Yeah.
So like I said, hit that, scan it, pick it up, find it. We drink everybody tequila. We do Don Julio. We'll go do some Altos. We'll do Jose Cuervo. Now do our own. I'll probably buy a case of this, but support it. Stop
Please do.
spending $80 and $90 to people you don't know, ain't never gonna see. You can come shake John's hand when you buy one.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We got it done. Everything was great. Everybody was wonderful. Oh my God. I'm so Kenny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kenny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're doing it big. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. It's been a great 4 hours with you. And I can't say anything nicer about this event. Give me the address again, Ty. Get the phone, get the address.
6. There you go.
Well, give me the address. of the venue, if you don't mind. And what's going on now? They're switching them over from here tonight.
Yeah.
And it's 116 East Gonzalez Street here in Pensacola, Florida. The Cigar Weekend, and at the, I can't pronounce the name, the Luna.
The Luna.
The Luna.
The
Yeah.
Luna. Okay.
Get down here. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank
Have a good night.